We are now in session. This is the case of United States v. Sean Combs, also known as Puff Daddy, Diddy, and other monikers. The court will hear testimony from Jennifer Lopez today. Ms. Lopez, please approach the stand and be sworn in.
I solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God.
You may be seated. You will now answer questions from the Assistant U.S. Attorney first, followed by cross-examination by Mr. Combs' counsel.
Good morning, Ms. Lopez. Thank you for being here today. For the record, could you please state your full name?
Jennifer Lynn Lopez.
And your profession?
I'm a singer, actress, dancer, producer, and fashion designer.
Ms. Lopez, how long have you known the defendant, Sean Combs?
I've known him since the early 2000s. We met through mutual industry connections. He was already a well-known figure in music and entertainment at that time.
Could you describe the nature of your relationship with Mr. Combs?
It was professional initially. There were collaborations and appearances on each other's projects. Over time, our interactions became more personal. We dated briefly around 2007-2008, though it wasn't publicized much.
Were there any incidents during that time that made you uncomfortable?
Yes. There were several occasions where I felt pressured into situations I wasn't comfortable with. One instance stands out vividly.
Can you elaborate?
There was a party hosted by Mr. Combs at his home in Miami in 2008. I had agreed to attend because we were still friendly and I thought it would be a fun event. However, when I arrived, the atmosphere was different than expected. There was excessive alcohol consumption, drug use, and what I can only describe as an environment of coercion and control.
What do you mean by coercion and control?
Mr. Combs was very dominant over everyone in the room. People looked to him for approval. If he didn't like something someone said or did, they were quickly dismissed or humiliated. It wasn't just verbal, it was physical too. He touched people without consent. He forced drinks into people's hands even when they declined. And if anyone tried to leave, security was instructed to stop them.
Did this happen to you personally?
Yes, I remember trying to leave after about an hour. I told him I wasn't feeling well and wanted to go back to my hotel. He got angry. He grabbed my arm hard and pulled me aside. He whispered something to me. I don't remember the exact words, but the tone was threatening. He told me I owed him for helping my career and that I couldn't just walk away.
How did you respond?
I was scared. I didn't want to make a scene, so I stayed longer than I wanted to, but I never drank again that night. I watched him closely. When I finally got a chance, I left with my assistant.
Was that the only incident?
No, there were other times where I felt uneasy around him. In 2010, I was invited to one of his label parties in Los Angeles. I went reluctantly. Again, there was pressure to drink, pressure to stay late, pressure to participate in activities I wasn't comfortable with. That night I saw someone, a young woman who was clearly under the influence and unable to consent. She was surrounded by men, including Mr. Combs, who were pressuring her into a private room.
Did you report this?
At the time, no, I was afraid. I didn't know who to trust. And honestly, I didn't think anything would come of it. Back then, people didn't speak out the way they do now. Plus, he had power over media, over labels, over careers. Speaking up meant risking everything.
Why are you speaking out now?
Because silence has allowed him to continue. Because I see women coming forward now, brave women, and I feel a responsibility to support them. I owe it to myself, to those women, and to my daughters to say what I saw and what I experienced.
Good afternoon, Ms. Lopez. I'm Mr. Agnifio, attorney for Mr. Combs. First, let me thank you for being here. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you and Mr. Combs were romantically involved for a brief period. Is that right?
Yes.
And during that time, you attended multiple social events together, parties, dinners, award shows.
Yes.
So you were aware of his lifestyle and his circle before agreeing to attend these events. Let's talk about the specific allegations you just made. You claim Mr. Combs physically grabbed your arm at a party in Miami. Is that documented anywhere?
No, because I didn't report it.
You didn't call the police?
No.
You didn't mention it to your manager?
Oh, not directly. I was embarrassed. I didn't want to be seen as weak or difficult.
So essentially, your entire account rests on your memory from over 15 years ago?
Yes. Absolutely not. I'm here because I believe in justice, and because I know what I experienced.
Isn't it also true that you turned down offers from Bad Boy Records after your breakup?
Yes, and I built a successful career without him.
So you walked away from opportunities?
Yes, and I built a successful career without him.
Isn't it also true that you're using this moment to settle old scores?
It's convenient that survivors are finally being believed. It's convenient that people are listening now, but I'm not here for convenience. I'm here for truth.
Thank you, Ms. Lopez. No further questions.
Just a few follow-up questions, Your Honor. Ms. Lopez, when you say you walked away from opportunities with Bad Boy Records, was that a financial decision?
No, it was a personal one. I wanted to distance myself from a toxic environment.
Did Mr. Combs ever try to contact you after your breakup?
He did. At first, it was friendly, then it became increasingly aggressive. He called me names, accused me of betraying him, and even threatened to ruin my career if I continued distancing myself.
Your Honor, the prosecution would like to enter these into evidence.
Agreed. They'll be entered conditionally pending verification.
Miss Lopez, you mentioned threats to your career. Can you explain what you meant?
Mr. Combs told me that if I didn't publicly support him, he would ensure I never worked in music again. He said he had enough power to bury me.
Did anything happen after that?
My next album dropped significantly in sales. My label began pulling support. Radio stations stopped playing my singles. It wasn't a coincidence.
Would you say that affected your income?
Absolutely, I lost millions. And I know I'm not the only artist who faced this kind of retaliation.
Thank you, Miss Lopez. Nothing further.